Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're ready for your Christmas festivities. Today we have a battle of two Spartas, Prague and Rotterdam, as we try and progress in the Uefa Conference League to the last 8 and also try and keep up the form in the Eredivisie. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 49 of Going Dutch, as we try and turn around a Dutch side that's been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, and try and return them to the top flight and leave them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, as mentioned in the preamble, we have two games for you. First up, it's the return leg of the Uefa Conference League, last 16. It's the second leg, and it's Sparta Prague at home. And then we face Sparta Rotterdam in the Eredivisie, match day 27, as we hurtle towards the end of the season. And we want to try and keep up that reasonable form that we have had. A quick look at the Eredivisie. Nothing's been played since you were last with us, because we've got back-to-back episodes here. We remain in third place on 53 points, 3 points ahead at BSV on 50 points, and we are 4 points clear of FC Utrecht, who are just outside of the European places for next season. Of course, having won 4 and drawn 1 of our last 5 games. That is where we're at. Feyenoord still top on 64, 11 points clear of us. Ajax 7 points clear of us in second place. They look as if they pretty much sealed first and second. Which way round? Who knows? But that's been it. So the battle continues for the other European places as it is in the table. There's an 8-point gap then from Utrecht down to AZ and SC Heerenveen, both on 41 points. And then at the other end of the table, Excelsior still in that playoff position, 2 points adrift of Volendam on 23 points. But they are 3 points clear of Nijmegen in 17th place, and FC Groningen looking like they even more likely that they're about to drop through that trapdoor. 15 points adrift of FC Volendam and safety. At the moment, they're not looking good. They did start to hit a little bit of form, but they've now lost 3 on the trot. Only won 1 game all season, that one against Vitesse. So that's how the Eredivisie looks. A quick check on the medical centres. You know, in the last game, Ross Stewart picking up an injury, a twisted knee, out for about 11 days, but he's still not going to be quite fit for today's game, which is a little bit annoying. As we've just got him back into the squad, having done those changes in the transfer window. But never mind, we'll see how today progresses. Right, brought you up to date with that as far as we're concerned. Don't forget, if you do enjoy today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the Series 4. Give me a bit of Christmas cheer by subscribing, and give yourself a little present for the new year to keep you up to date. All that happens on this channel, of course, it will let you know when future episodes of Going Dutch and our other series from the bottom to the top are released. And of course, when FM25 stub comes along in March, hopefully in March, then it will let you know when all that's going on, and you can keep up to date with everything that's going on the channel when it's released, simply by following me on X at JustOffsideFM. Right, let's get into it then. We have our first game of the episode coming up. It is the follow-up leg to Sparta Prague. Of course, the first leg was a 1-0 win to us at their place. A tester, the scorer after 60 minutes. Is that 1-goal lead going to be enough, or do we need to really go at it in this home leg? We are without Drambev, who is suspended, having picked up too many yellow cards. Ross Stewart, of course, with that twisted knee out. And, of course, we've got 9 players unregistered, including Oakley, Tomezhnikov, Lobinger, Old Chica, Rosier, Beaton, Ryan, Eltim and Lucas Bergstrom. So they are not in the squad today. So let's go and have a look at the team that will try and get past Sparta Prague in order to get to the last 8 of the Uefa Conference League. And here is the side that faces Sparta Prague in this second leg of the Uefa Conference League last 16. 1-goal lead that we take into this game. Setford is in goal. Van der Beek, Martins Indy and Rekic are defensive line. Latonda and whoever are the wing backs. Varro sits between them. Stanovic and Peter are the wise players, with Romney sat between them behind Kiers up front. And the bench looks like this. Vassen, Leveld, Atesta, Lakessa, Limure, Toure, Shrivers, Kongaloo, Hansen. Ross Stewart is on the bench, albeit he's not fully fit and won't return to full training until 3 days. But we are sparse on the ground of players, and for that reason, he is on the bench. Van Duren and Eric Songa make up the rest of the bench. And here we are back at the Mandemakers for this one, playing our by now familiar formation. Sparta Prague playing in all maroon tonight. Playing a 4-2-3-1. Brian Prisk, their manager. As the teams come out onto the pitch. Second minute of the game. Van der Beek out to Latonda. Latonda chips this one in, but it's defended well, and they've headed it forward. But Van der Beek picks it up again. Back to Latonda. Latonda fires it against the defender. Stanovic is there. Stanovic turns, and Stanovic puts it away. His 5th goal of the season, and we take a 1-0 lead on the night. 2-0 on aggregate, and that's a step closer. An early goal, and they could come back at us, I guess. But Stanovic created this all on his own. Created the space. And what a curled shot that was. 5 minutes on the clock. Nearly 6 minutes. And whoever with a throw into Varro. Back to whoever. Back to Varro. Rekic on the ball now. Martins Indy gets that one forward. Varro. But whoever, I think, lost that. Didn't have control of the ball. Rekic. Martins Indy. Rekic through to Varro in that midfield. Varro finds Latonda. Latonda crosses it into the box, and Martin Kiers makes it 2-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate. And, well, inside 7 minutes, we take that 2-goal lead. And Latonda, he cut that in early, but I mean, it went across the box, and Kiers was unmarked and put it away. Well, it's been pretty much all one-way traffic. Peter and Ollie Romney scores his 9th goal of the season, and 3-0 on the night, 4-0 on aggregate. And unless something dramatic happens in the second half, I think we are through to the last 8 of the Conference League. Romney getting up against the defender, and a clean header into the back of the net, and Polko is beaten again. No more highlights in that first half, but we were fairly comprehensive. 11 shots, 6 of which have been on target, 1 on the XG, 74% of the possession. They've had 3 shots, 2 on target, 0.54 and 26% of the possession, to be fair, until pretty much that last few minutes, as we come into what does it say? Doesn't really say, but literally it was no more than 5 minutes before the end before they actually got any shots away and on target. But at the moment, they've not converted any of them. Stanovic, Kiers and Romney getting the 3 goals, 3, 7 and 42, the times of the goals. We are in the box seat. We just don't want to cave in the second half. And with not quite 71 minutes on the clock, no highlights in this second half. Try that again. And we're nearly 71 minutes on the clock. No highlights in this second half yet. This is our first change of the day. Patrick Verreaux's coming off. He's tiring. He's been replaced by Edward Atesta. We also replaced Omar Rekic. Again, not having a good day in that defence. Lemuri comes on to replace him. And the other change that we've made is Peter on the right side of attack. He's off. He's picked up a yellow card. We don't want any more sendings off or anything daft like that. And Jur Shrivers comes on to replace him. 73 on the clock. Our first highlight of the second half. It's a free kick. Free kick for us now. 75 minutes on the clock. Lemuri takes it to whoever through, and it was a trip there, but it ran through, nobody on it, and they come away with the ball. But Latonda is tidying up. Van der Beij finds Atesta finds Romney. Shrivers, Martins Indy, Shrivers to Lemuri, back to Shrivers puts a through ball, but it's cut out by the defender, and they're on a counter-attack now. And Karabakh, we have to be careful. Karabakh, and he's created lots of space, and he's put it away. His 8th goal of the season, and they've got one back. 4-1 on aggregate, 3-1 on the evening. And we always said we had to be careful. We don't want to cave in. 76 minutes, timed the goal. Plenty of time for him to come back. 81 on the clock. Van der Beij with a free kick. Looks like Cares has picked up an injury. Martins Indy is out there. Martins Indy. We may well bring on Van Duren shortly. Setford back to Martins Indy. Martins Indy to Van der Beij. Finds a Tester. Tester goes out wide to Latonda. Latonda crosses this ball in. It's bobbling around there. It's cleared, but Martins Indy will tidy up. Van der Beij, a Tester who's been caught in the tackle, but he's got it back. On a poor ball, trying to get Shrivers in, and they're on a counter again. But this time a mistake. Romney, and we counter ourselves. Stanovic, a Tester, has whoever out there, whoever cross this ball in, and Romney gets his 2nd goal of the game, 10th goal of the season, and we restore that 4-goal lead on aggregate. 3-goal lead on the night. 4-1. 5-1 on aggregate. On 53 minutes. Sorry, 83 minutes. One word about. And with 83 minutes on the clock, having just scored that 4th goal, we are making our final 2 changes. We are taking off Martin Kears. Has said it looked like he picked up an injury, and it's a potential knee injury. We've taken him off and replaced him with Stefan Van Duren. And the other change, the final change that we've made, is tarring Ollie Romney, having scored 2 goals. He probably wouldn't be very happy the fact that I have taken him off, given that he may have scored a hat-trick. But we have replaced him with Chris Lakessa. We are in the 3rd minute of 3 added on. And we have the ball out to whoever through ball to Shrivers. Shrivers doubles back a little bit, pulls it back for whoever. It's come off for the woodwork, and it's been cleared. And it is all over, and we are in the draw for the last 8 of this year's UEFA Conference League. Goals from Stanovic, Martin Kears, and 2 from Ollie Romney, giving us a 4-1 lead, a 4-1 win on the night, 5-1 on aggregate, and the Karabakh goal on 76, no more than a consolation. Ollie Romney picking up the player of the match, 1 key pass and 2 goals, an 8.8 for him. Very well done. 17 shots, 9 on target, 1.77 on the XG in the end, 73% of the possession. They had 7 shots, 4 on target, 0.91, and 27% of the possession, as you'll see, apart from probably about 10 minutes. We had control of the game. Who will we get in the last 8? We should find out shortly. And before we look at the day's scores in the Conference League, just to tell you that Martin Kears is going to be out for 6 to 9 days with that twisted knee. So that's a bit disappointing, but Ross Stewart should be back also from a twisted knee. Let's have a look at the scores then. So here we are, roundup of the scores, and Newcastle beating AZ by 5-0. They took a 1-goal lead into this game, but they've managed to get past AZ and beat them 6-0 on aggregate. Ammonia have, though they won 2-0 tonight, 5-5 on aggregate, but Viborg FF get past them on penalties. Villarreal 2-1 winners over Bromby, a 4-1 on aggregate. Olympic Lyonnais, they were 1-0 winners over Tyrrell, have beaten them, and well, that's a bit of a swap around on the old because Tyrrell would have been the team in the draw that would have, or should have, gone through. 4-0 on aggregate. Bayer Leverkusen 3-0 winners over Instra, 6-2 on aggregate. Fiorentina 1-0 winners over Adana, 4-3 on aggregate. And then we have Lille, LOSC Lille, 4-2 winners on the night over Charleroi, and they've 8-4 winners on aggregate. And then, of course, we beat Sparta Prague 4-1 on the evening, 5-1 on aggregate to go into the draw for the last 8. Can we find out when that draw is? The draw is coming up on the 19th of 19th of March. So if we have a look in here, did click on that, didn't I? Actually, we won't have it until the next episode, because we're going to play it's going to be back-to-back episodes. I do apologize, but that's the way it's going because of these Conference League games. So it will be Feyenoord and Groningen coming back for Feyenoord, because Feyenoord are top of the table, of course. Groningen at the bottom, top and bottom in the next episode. And then we have the Conference League last 8, or the quarter-final, as it's probably better known as, and Roda Kerkrade, and then we'll have the last 8 and the game against Excelsior, and then we'll be down to the last couple of games of the season, and obviously I'm guessing the semi-final, if we are lucky enough to get there, will be tucked in there somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. Can we have a look? We have a look at schedule, and we move that over. The quarter-final legs back-to-back, and then the semi-final first leg. So I suspect, looking at it, yeah, we get the draw for the quarter-final and semi-final all in one go. So that will be at the start of the next episode. And as I say, the semi-final then on the 29th of April. The return leg on the 6th of May, with the final on the 26th of May. So I'm not sure how that all fits into the schedule. Yeah, so it will fit in around here. So depending on how we go will depend on what games we have in that. Right, we have 2 days down to the game against Sparta Rotterdam in the Eredivisie. It's match day 27 in the Eredivisie. As we look on to that, of course, want to keep in third place. So we need to do better than PSV. PSV are playing the early game against Heerenveen, but also, if at all possible, we want to close the gap on Ajax, and it is an opportunity to close the gap on Ajax for the purpose that they are playing Feyenoord. So that could be quite interesting. Let's go and have a look then. We'll come back on match day with any news. And you come back and join me match day. And one bit of news for you. I have signed a new contract. I will be here until 2031, unless I get sacked. And they've upped my wages to 8,000 per week. I think we were on something like 5,000 something. But 8,000 a week is the new wage that I will be earning. So that takes us to today's game, a trip to Rotterdam, the Het Kasteel, as we face Sparta Rotterdam. It's going to be wet. It's 10 degrees. We look like we have a foolish team back in thing. Ross Stewart is about a day away. Martin Kears is about 1 to 4 days away. So neither of them are available. I'm not sure why it's not showing me that. But previously against Sparta Rotterdam, it's been a bit of a checkered history. We've only beaten them twice, both of them at the Mandemakers. The couple of times, in fact, we played them at the Mandemakers 3 times in a row. In recent times, both in the Eredivisie, a 3-2 loss and a 1-0 loss. That must have been earlier in the season. We played them in the European places, a playoff final. We beat them 2-0 at the Mandemakers, but the last time we played them at the Het Kasteel, we lost to them 1-0. Kitslano on 64 minutes. And the previous time that we played them, we weren't here, but it was a 1-1 draw on that occasion. Can we get a result today? Let's go and find out. And here is the side that faces Sparta Rotterdam in this Eredivisie matchday 27. And the team that will face them are Setford, Ingoal, Van der Beek, Martin Zindi and Rosier. Our defensive line, Drambev and whoever are the wide wing backs. Vro sits between them. It's Latonda and Peter as the attacking midfield. But Boumassoudi is back. Let's hope that he can see the game out today, or in fact is at least play a part in the game. Romney moves up from that attacking playmaker role to lead the attack up front, and then on the bench it's Vassen, Rekic, Leveld, Stanovic on his way back from injury, Lemure, Toure, Shrivers, Atesta, Hansen, Elatim, Beaton and Van Duren. And here we are in Rotterdam. They've won 2, lost 3, playing a 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder. And we continue with our usual formation. Won 4 of our last 5, drawn the other one. We're in 3rd on 53. Sparta Rotterdam 9th on 38. Sparta Rotterdam playing in striped jerseys today. Peter with a corner, pulls it back for Boumassoudi. Boumassoudi finds Varro to Peter. Peter crosses in, and it's in the back of the net. And it's Lorenz Rosier who scores it, but there's a question of whether it's offside or not. And VAR will look at it. That ball was fired back in, and it's not a goal. It's disallowed. He was offside, and it stays 0-0. Not for the want of trying. It was when this ball came in. And another corner. Peter again pulls it back to Boumassoudi. This time back to Peter. Peter into the area. It's gone in. And I'm not sure. It's an own goal. Gino Fechner, the own goal. This time it will stand. And on 15 minutes, I think we take the lead. Well pulled back. And they've tried that a couple of times, and it worked this time. Fired it across the area. Fetcher tried to put it out. And Solonaise comes forward. Adoni. But it's poor ball. Looking for Kitlano. Didn't find him. Boumassoudi. Boumassoudi. Cross in. Romney hits the post. Outside of the post. It's gone for a goal kick. And Kitlano's the danger man for Sparta. Boumassoudi, nice ball in. Romney hits it first time, just not enough curl on it. Bakari with a throw in to Solonaise, ex-Waalwijk player, of course. Well defended. Latonda, this ball into midfield. Romney heads it on for Peter. Peter finds whoever. It's good link play. Whoever Whoever's been pulled down, it's not a penalty. Definitely not. He's outside the area. If it's a penalty, then something's wrong. But I think it's a free kick. Whatever happens. No penalty. Definitely outside the area. Will we see the free kick? We will see the free kick. Who's going to take it? And what are we going to do? Varro's going to take it. He's chipped this one in. Back post. It's cleared though. And Boumassoudi is there to tidy up. Boumassoudi into the area. Boumassoudi looking for space. Couldn't create it. Rosier to Varro. Varro back to Rosier. And we're being pushed back. Free kick just inside our half. On the half-hour mark. Martin Zindi with the ball to Latonda. Out to Drambev. Drambev comes forward. Drambev crosses this ball deep. Headed away by defence though. And they have a break on. Adone comes forward. He's being tracked back. But we've got danger in the middle here. But it's cut out. Kitlano was lurking. Boumassoudi's given that ball away. And Kitlano's lurking in the middle again. And it's defended well. But they still have it. Freshner, Kitlano, blocked. Who was it blocked that? I think it was Varro, got in the way. And Romney heads it on. And danger is got rid of. That was that Boumassoudi doing defensive work there. Only got it as far as Freshner. Kitlano pulls it in. Kitlano has a shot. And it was Varro in the way of it. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Van der Beek that got in the way, just stood in front and blocked. 37 on the clock now. Martin Zindi to Van der Beek. Nice to get a second goal. Have a little bit of a cushion. Setford. Rosier. Rosier's to Varro. Varro out to Latonda. Latonda crosses this in. Oh, my goodness me. Romney, and I think that come off the goalkeeper. We'll see it now. Nice attack. Very quick. Varro saw the run of Latonda into the area first time. And it was straight. And Ulgi positioned himself right well. 39 on the clock. They have a throw in on the far side. And it's going to be a long throw to Adoni. Back to just a biscuit. It's gone in. And it's Danilo Selenais, ex-Waalwijk player, who's got them back level on 40 minutes. Oh dear. And we didn't deal with this long throw. Donny back to Selenais. And it's fired in by Selenais. And half-time comes. And I would say it was against the run of play, but we've been dominant and not giving it 65% of the possession. 6 shots, 4 on target, 1.48 and 65% of the possession. We should be further in front, I think. They've been lucky. They've scored a goal which really shouldn't have scored. 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.55 and 35% of the possession. We need to keep control in the second half and put away more of our chances. And another long throw. 48, and they've scored a second. Verscheren, the scorer, and they take the lead for the first time on 48 minutes early in the second half. And it's that long throw again that's doing all sorts of damage to us. And thrown into the area, and it was a mix-up in defence there. Let's just see it one more time. Trying to work out. I think it was Kitlano was involved in this, and he's a thorn in our side. It's ball in. It's missed in the first instance by this defender. Rosier hits him on the back and falls for Verscharen. They have a corner. Bakari. Back post. It's headed away. We have a throw-in. 54 on the clock. 55 minutes to be precise. Martin Zindi comes across field. Finds Latonda. Latonda back to Van der Beek. Van der Beek. Martin Zindi. Martin's Indy to Peter. Peter to Varro. Varro, whoever made a run, whoever crossed it into the area. Oof, it's come off the woodwork from Boumassoudi. And a counter-attack on the way, but comes to nothing. However, it's Boumassoudi. It's this... Well, in fact, it wasn't. It was Latonda. Boumassoudi flicked it on. Latonda hit it first time, but with such ferocity, it come off the woodwork. And with 61 minutes on the clock, making two changes, Patrick Varro is off. Tester comes on for him, and we've taken off whoever who's not having a good game out there today and replaced him with Yershivers. And no more highlights. And with 71 minutes on the clock, we're making our final three changes. Van der Beek is tiring. We've replaced him with Omar Rekic. The other changes we made is Latonda is off. Stanovic comes on for him. And the final change is Ollie Romney, who's not had a good day up front, has been replaced by Stefan van Duren. And no more highlights. We've fallen to a 2-1 defeat. We didn't score in that. They scored all three goals. But once again, and it's that Justus Zambaski with his long throw that did us the damage. Two key passes, one clear-cut chance and two assists. He made those two goals that they got on 40 and 48 minutes either side of half-time, having taken a lead through an own goal on 15 minutes. We had 12 shots, 4 on target. I don't think we added any to the... though we had shots not on target in the second half, 2.23 on the XG, 57% of the possession. They had 7 shots, 3 on target, 1.03 and 43% of the possession. It's not the best of days. And you come back for the day's results. The only saving grace of that loss today was the fact that PSV lost to Heerenveen, which means that they don't close the gap on us. So as it stands at the moment, it's PSV and FC Utrecht both on 50 points. FC Utrecht a 0-0 draw with Volendam. So neither of them closing the gap on us as it stands at the moment. So we remain in third place. But having said that, Ajax, having got a 1-1 draw with Feyenoord, have pulled slightly away from us. So, having lost that match, gained another point on us, which means they are 8 points in front of us in second place. They're going to be difficult to catch. The best I think we can get is a third place finish. Feyenoord top on 65. They're 4 points clear of Ajax, and then just outside of the European places, Utrecht, of course, on 50. Then there's a 6 point gap down to Heerenveen in sixth place, with FC 22 points behind them, and AZ and Sparta Rotterdam 3 points behind Heerenveen in that position, and 9 points adrift of Utrecht and PSV, and some 12 points adrift of us. That's how it stands. Excelsior are in 16th on 22 at the other end of the table. NEC Nijmegen on 21. Groningen look like they've gone, or will have very, very shortly now. Time is running out for them, and they are now something like 16 points adrift. So that's a bit of a tall order, I think, to get out of. So I think Groningen definitely will be playing in the Keukenkampioen next season. So that is how it has played out today. We're going to come back for 2 games in the next episode. It's going to be Feyenoord, who are currently top of the table, of course, leading the pack. And earlier in the season, we didn't get a very good result against them. Oh, we did. We drew 2-2. Can we get another draw at least? We are at home for this one. And then we played bottom. So playing top and bottom in the next episode. Bottom of the table, FC Groningen. And we will find out on the 19th. So before you come back at the start of the next episode, we will have the draw for the Conference League quarter-final. Who will we play in that? We will find out when you join. We'll know who we're going to play in the semi-final as well. So join me for that next time around. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes Going Dutch and our other series bottom to the top as they are released. And new episodes Going Dutch are released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching throughout the year as well. We do have episodes between now and the new year, but I'd just like to wish you all a very good Christmas. Have a joyful time. Don't eat too much turkey. Don't drink too much of the old alcohol. And don't forget to join me for this series on Thursday. Don't forget to join me tomorrow, in fact, for From the Bottom to the Top. But we will be back Boxing Day with Going Dutch and episode 50. Top and bottom of the table will be facing Feyenoord and FC Groningen. Till then, have yourselves a great Christmas. Goodbye.